video lecture we are going to study the register set for 8086 processor. Now we will study the register set. So first is general data registers. In previous video lecture we have studied that the registers of 8086 are classified into four types: general data registers, segment registers, pointer and index registers, flag registers. So first category of registers is general data registers. So as we can see in this diagram, there are total 4 general purpose registers: AX, BX, CX and DX. These are the 4 general purpose registers, and the size of the general purpose registers is 16 bits, and all data registers can be used as either 16 bit or 8 bit. These data registers we can use as a 16 bit. If we have to use as a 16 bit register, we have to use register AX, and if we want to use as a 8 bit register, we have to use AL. AX, it is a 16 bit register and it is called as a accumulator. The lower 8 bits are called as AL and the higher 8 bits are called as AH. AL is used as a 8 bit accumulator for 8 bit operation. This is AX register. Second is BX register. So BX register is also a 16 bit register. Here BL indicates the lower 8 bits of BX and BH indicates the higher 8 bit of the BX. BX register is used as a offset storage for physical address formation in case of certain addressing modes. Next is CX. CX is default counter in case of string and loop instruction. It is also 16 bit and it is divided as CL and CX. Next is DX register. It is also 16 bit general purpose register and it is used as implicit operand or destination in case of few instructions. DX is also divided as DL as lower bits and DH as higher bits. Next category of registers is segment registers. So as all of we have seen that 8086 architecture uses the concept of segmented memory. 8086 is able to address a memory capacity of 1 MB and it is byte organized. But 8086 can work with only 64 KB segments within the whole 1 MB memory, and these segment registers are related with that segments from 1 MB memory. There are total 4 segments: code segment, data segment, extra segment and stack segment. And with respect to each segment, the 4 segment registers are present, that are code segment register CS, data segment register DS, extra segment register ES and stack segment register SS. So these segment registers are shown in this diagram. Now we will study in detail about each segment register. First one is code segment register. It is a 16 bit register. It is used for addressing memory location in the code segment of the memory. Generally, code segment of memory is used to store the executable program codes, and if some location from that code segment has to be indicated, then that location of code segment is indicated by this code segment register. If we have to calculate the starting address of code segment, then the CS register is multiplied by 10H, and by this way we'll get the 20-bit physical address of starting of code segment. Next register is data segment register, DS. It is 16-bit register. It points to the data segment of the memory, and the data segment is used to store the data. If we have to identify the starting address of the data segment, then we have to multiply this DS register with 10H so that the 20-bit physical address can be calculated. Next is extra segment register. It is 16-bit register. It also refers to a segment in the memory which is another data segment in the memory. Similarly, we can also find out the starting physical address of extra segment by multiplying ES register by 10H. And next segment register is stack segment register, SS. It is 16-bit register. It is used for addressing stack segment of the memory. The stack segment is that segment of memory which is used to store stack data. The starting address of stack segment is calculated by multiplying SS register by 10H, and will get the 20-bit physical address of starting of stack segment. So it is all about the stack segment registers. So while addressing any location in the memory bank, the physical address is calculated from two parts. So physical address is equal to segment address plus offset address. How the segment address is calculated, that we have seen during the segment register. So segment address is equal to segment register contains into 10H, and when the offset address is added in that segment register, we will get the physical address from any location in the memory bank. Here first is the segment address and second one is the offset value in that segment. We will give more focus on this calculation of physical address in our next session. Next category of registers is pointers and index registers. So these are special purpose registers. Index registers are used for offset storage in case of indexed, base indexed and relative base indexed addressing modes. The index and pointer registers are given as 3 pointer registers and 2 index registers, IP, BP, SP, these are pointer registers, SI and DI, these are index registers. So IP, it is called as an instruction pointer. This instruction pointer is used to store the memory location of next instruction to be executed. BP, it is a base pointer. It is 16-bit offset register, and this base pointer is used to hold offset address of any location in the stack segment. Next is stack pointer, SP. It is 16-bit offset register and it holds the offset address for top of stack. Next, index address, source index, SI. It is also a 16-bit register and this is used to hold offset address for data segment, or we can say SI holds the offset address of data segment. DI is the destination index. It is 16-bit register and it holds the offset address for the extra segment. So it is all about the pointer and index registers. Next category of registers is flag registers. So what are the flag registers and their functions? So 8086 flag register contains indicate the result of computation in the ALU, means whatever the operation is performed in the ALU, either arithmetic or logical, the status of that operation is reflected in this flag registers. It also contains some flag bits to control the CPU operation. So 16-bit flag register means the total 16 bits are available in this flag register. So flag register size is 16 bits. So 16-bit flag register is used in 8086 and it is divided into two parts: condition code or status flags, and second is machine control flags. So what is this condition or status flags? So whenever the flag bits get affected after every arithmetic and logical operation performed by ALU, then that type of flag bits or flags are called as condition code or status flags. Next is machine control flags. So as we have seen, some flag bits are reserved to control the CPU operation. So such type of flags are called as a control flag, and there are three control flags: D, IF and trap. That means direction flag, interrupt flag and trap flag. This is the representation of 8086 flag register, and here in this 8086 flag register you can observe this is total 16-bit flag register: CF, PF, AF, ZF, SF and OF. As we have seen, these are nothing but the status flags, and TF, IF and DF, these are the control flags. So carry flag, CF. So this flag bit can be either 1 or can be 0. So whenever the carry is out from MSB in case of addition or borrow in case of subtraction, this carry flag bit is set, and if no such carry, then the bit is set to 0. After that there is a parity flag, PF. So this flag, parity flag, this flag is set, means it is equal to 1 and it can be 0. So parity flag is set to 1 if the lower byte of the result contains even numbers of ones, means whenever there is a even parity, the bit of this parity flag is set, and whenever there is a odd parity, then this flag bit is set to 0. After that there is a auxiliary carry flag, AF. So similarly this flag can be either 0 or either 1. So whenever there is a carry generated from lower nibble to the higher nibble, the flag is set, and whenever no carry is generated, then the flag is 0. And generally this auxiliary carry flag, this is used in case of 8-bit operations. After that there is a ZF, that means 0 flag. So this 0 flag, either it is set to 1 or it is set to 0. Okay, as we can see here. So whenever result of any operation is equal to 0, then this flag bit is set, and whenever the result is non-zero, then the flag value will be equals to 0. Then SF, sign flag. So sign flag, if the result is 1 or the MSB of result is 1, that means result is negative in case of signed numbers, then the flag is set, that means the flag value is 1. And if the MSB of result is 0, that means our number is positive number in case of signed numbers, then this bit is equal to 0. And the last status flag is overflow flag, OF. So this overflow flag, this flag is set, means it is equal to 1 if an overflow occurs. That is, if the result of a signed operation is larger enough to accommodate in the destination register, then we can say the overflow has occurred and this flag bit is set to 1. And if no such type of overflow occurred, then it is equal to 0. So these are the status flags: CF, PF, AF, ZF, SF and OF. So these are total 6 status flags available in the flag registers, and the next 3 flags are the control flags. First control flag is trap flag. So this trap flag is set to 1. Then the processor enters the single step execution mode, means processor performs single stepping when the trap flag is set to 1, and otherwise, means when the trap flag is 0, do not perform single stepping. Next is interrupt flag, IF. If this flag is set, means equals to 1, the maskable interrupts are recognized by the CPU, otherwise they are ignored. Means if it is 1, then interrupts are enabled, and if it is 0, then interrupts are disabled. And next is direction flag. It is equal to 1, means it is set, then it is auto decrementing, and if it is 0, in this case it is auto incrementing. So this direction flag is used in string type of instructions. If this bit is 0, the string is processed beginning from the lowest address to the highest address, that means auto increment. And if this bit is 1, then string is processed from the highest address to the lowest address. So these are the different flag registers available in 8086 processor, and here we can observe the cross, this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are the we can say these are the bits which are undefined in case of flag registers. So this is all about today's session. We have studied the different type of registers or set of registers in 8086. Thank you for watching the video.